Oops. Hi, I can see two people in the house already. Hey guys, I'm so sorry. This is really random. What? Why you? Hi, how are you all doing? Thank you so much for coming. So, this is really a random one. I just thought I needed to come on live because I want us to discuss certain things. And yeah, we have 8 people in the house. So, today is Mother's Day, and I just decided I needed to come on live and talk to you guys, talk to mothers. Oh, wow, Deborah. Yeah, exactly. I just thought I needed to do this so that we discuss motherhood, discuss my very weird thoughts. Maybe I'm the only person that is thinking like that, but honestly, I think mothers should not die. This is because for the past years, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Please, if you are in the house and you can hear me, please leave a comment. Let me know, okay? So, if you're new to my channel, then you need to know that I lost my mom 4 years ago. Okay. So, I lost my mom 4 years ago. And up until now, each time I see people celebrating mothers, each time I see people being all happy about Mother's Day and all of that, like it gets to me personally. I feel like I just feel like I'm in that situation where I am left alone, or like in fact it is getting better now. It is getting better now, but at first I was in that position where I was constantly thinking, what is wrong with me? Why should I not have my mom by me? All of those thoughts were popping in my head, and it was a bad thing, you guys. It was really a bad moment. And up until now, when people are all happy about Mother's Day, blah blah blah, I'm just like, all right, chill. That is how I feel about Mother's Day, because I don't have one, but I would have loved to have her so that I celebrate her every Mother's Day. So that is really how I feel, and that is why I said mothers should not die. But let me hear you guys. Let me hear your comments in the comment section, okay? That is why I feel like mothers should not die. So I lost my mom to diabetes and pressure. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Please let me know. Leave a comment so that I don't just keep talking to myself. So I lost my mom to high blood pressure and diabetes in 2017. And like my happiness level has just dropped ever since I lost her, because she was that one person that would constantly blow your trumpet. Like she's always so proud of her kids and just cheering you on. But then losing her was like, right, my happiness is just for myself now. I no longer have that person that will just smile at you endlessly, that will just feel so proud without any string attached. We just feel super proud without you giving her anything, like that genuine happiness and all that. So it was really a bad thing. But let me know your experiences. If you've lost your mom, if you haven't, if you've lost a loving person in your life. Oh, mine was in 2007, 2017 rather. Mine was in 2017. That is 4 years ago. I think I was in my fourth year in uni. Yeah, I passed. Okay. Yeah, that was my fourth year in uni. And it's still the same. Like, you don't get past that feeling. It is always the same. Time heals things. To me, I don't believe in that. I don't believe time heals things, to be honest, because yesterday, how I felt yesterday is the same way I feel today, losing my mom. So, and I had also wanted us to talk about motherhood, your experiences if you're a mom, and also high blood pressure and diabetes, as these two are really killing people here in Sierra Leone. I know overseas you have lots of people living with pressure, you have lots of people living with diabetes, and the truth is, some people live with it 40, 50 years after being diagnosed, but then they just continue living like nothing. They worry them, there is nothing to worry about. But here in Sierra Leone, people living with diabetes, people living with pressure, they are going through rough times. And to some point, I am thinking the truth of the matter is we are still at that stage where our doctors don't know much as to how to handle things like that. I'm sorry if you're a doctor watching me. I don't mean to point fingers, but the truth is, most of the doctors don't know how to handle diabetes and pressure as it is now. And that is why you'll find people dying of sicknesses like that when it's not killing people in other countries that much, because I've met people that have lived with diabetes and pressure for the past 35 years and they are still going strong. Some people had diabetes at 15, some people had diabetes at 17. I've met all of those and they are still moving on. But then my mom had diabetes when I was in SSS1, and I lost her 4 years ago. So, and the thing that is killing me is the fact that when we took her to hospitals, like you hear one particular doctor will say, "Don't eat anything starchy, don't eat anything carbohydrate," and then you'll find another doctor that says you can eat a small portion. So it's like a guesswork they are doing. They don't really understand. Hi, Alex. Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to your mom, to your sisters, to your wife if you're married. Happy Mother's Day. And to some point, I honestly feel like some doctors, because I don't, again, I want to be on the safe side and not judge everybody, but I feel like some doctors don't really know what they are doing when it comes to diabetes and pressure. And that is why you'll find people are still thriving, people are still moving on with those issues in other countries. But when you come to Sierra Leone, it's diabetes is just a killer disease, you guys. Pressure, high blood pressure is still a killer disease here in Sierra Leone. I have both hypertension and type 2 diabetes with good medication and behavior change. Both cannot only be managed, or both can not only be managed or even. Yeah. So with good medication, thank you, Deborah. With good medication and change of behavior, they should be managed. But my point is, it's like they are not being managed because the patients don't really know what to eat. Like they don't get the right advices. You go to one doctor that says stay away from all carbohydrate foods. You go to another doctor that will say when you check and notice that your sugar level is down, you should take something at least to just bring it up a little bit. I don't know. How are they just saying two different things? Why are the doctors not giving you the same thing? That is my concern, because I remember when my mom was sick, we went to one particular hospital. I won't name names here, but I lost my mom at Blue Shield Hospital in Freetown. And the sad part is when you go to one doctor, the one doctor told us, don't give her bananas, for instance, and the other doctor says she can have one banana. So my problem is, how is it that they keep contradicting one another when they should actually be going to the same direction? So that is my question. And I lost my mom in 2017, and after that, I was just doing research. I was just so sad that I started reading about diabetes. That is when I found out that they shouldn't even take sweeteners. You guys, This is not a joke. I found out that they are not supposed to take sweeteners because sweeteners are way worse than even sugar. That came to me as a shock. Sweeteners are way worse than sugar. And mind you, my mom had type 2 diabetes, type 2, meaning she got it along the way. She was not born with it, but due to eating habits, the fact that we eat lots of carbohydrates here in Africa, and all of those things, that is how people get type 2, I think, based on their diet. Hey, fit on woman. Hi, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. So, for those of you that are just joining, for those of us that are just joining, we are talking about motherhood and the fact that I think mothers should not die. I lost my mom 4 years ago in 2017 to high blood pressure and diabetes, and we're just talking basic motherhood and diabetes as in Sierra Leone level, because I have met people from other countries that are living with diabetes and pressure, and it's not that bad as it is here in Sierra Leone. But for Sierra Leone, pressure is killing a lot of people. Diabetes is killing a whole lot of people, which is why I decided, since I have seen firsthand, well, I have not experienced it, but I have seen how matter. Thank you so much. Okay, Alex Stevens is saying he knows the cure for pressure and diabetes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I don't know, but you guys should read that comment in detail. But the point here is people here in Sierra Leone are dying out of these things, and people are suggesting good diet control. So my point is, how can I control my diet when I don't fully understand the best things to do? Because my mom had diabetes and we took her to the hospital. One doctor told us she is not supposed to eat bananas. The other doctor said she can have bananas. One doctor said stay away from food, stay away from everything carbohydrate. Another doctor said you can have a little bit of it when you feel like the sugar is down. And my mom had all her machines, all her tabs, and all of that. So in the morning, she will check her pressure, check the diabetes, and if it's bad, if it's high, then she knows what to eat based on what the doctors told her. But then when she passed, I went into research. I was just doing research, just finding out, just trying to know what causes type 2 diabetes and how to handle it. Which is when when I found out that people should stay away from sweeteners. So what are your experiences? What do you know about sweeteners? Because I was one of the people that back then in uni, when I'm coming down, I'll just go to the pharmacy or to the supermarket, get sweeteners for my mom. Because back then I thought I was doing the thing that I'm supposed to do. My brother will just buy all of the things, cocoa, free, the cocoa that is free from sugar, all of those things. We were just doing all of that, buy sweeteners, buy this, buy that, just so she can still have tea or coffee with her own sugar with the sweeteners. But then I end up finding out that it is wrong to take sweeteners. Sweeteners are worse. Sugar is far better than sweeteners. It is just best to go with honey and avoid all of those things. So how are we supposed to know all of these? And I feel if you're in Sierra Leone and you feel like this is a cause that you need to pick up, then I'm here. I need to just gather a community of people that we can start talking about diabetes. Find doctors that are really into such things, that are really knowledgeable enough to tell people what to do, because we don't want people to get the wrong information at the end of the day. Yeah, with discipline you can get rid. I'll rather take less sugar than sweetener. That is it. That is the thing I'm talking about. And I just found that out when I lost my mom. I didn't know. We were just We were just doing that because we thought it's the best thing to do. I met a guy very recently, and I just asked out of curiosity after he mentioned that he has diabetes. I just asked, I see you are drinking tea. What's inside your tea? I was just curious, and he said tea bags and sugar and sweetener. And I said, you're not supposed to take sweetener. He was so shocked. He has been living with diabetes for some years now, and it's like I was the first person to tell him that don't take sweetener. He's never heard of that, and he was like, "What are you saying? Sweeteners are meant for diabetics. Why are you telling me not to take sweetener?" And I told him just go to Google and read. That is how you'll find out that we are just taking things that are killing us. And funny enough, you'll go to the hospitals and they will advise you don't use sugar, buy sweetener. But then sweetener is as deadly as sugar, so that is the thing. And I feel not just with diabetes, but a whole lot of other diseases are killing Sierra Leoneans because we really don't have answers to the questions. Some people really have the money to at least treat their diseases, just get medication and all of that, but they don't know what they need to do. They don't have the advice that they need. They don't have people to tell them the right things. They go to the hospital. Yeah, natural is always best, definitely. And natural is always best. But the truth I tell you, my dear, is that the fact is the honey in Sierra Leone is not like most of the times you can't get real honey in Sierra Leone. You'll have to go down to the provinces or send someone. And when I talk about the provinces, I'm not talking about Bo. I'm not talking about all of those big districts. You can't find real organic honey. You'll have to go right into the provinces, like small villages where you can get the real ones, because they mix the honey with sugar. Can you imagine that? They mix the honey with sugar. And so you just find out that what you're taking to solve the problem is adding on to the problem. Yeah, diet soda is not good. My mom was not taking all of those things, and she was taking her tabs religiously. Religiously, you guys. Religiously. And the sad part is on that very day that she got the final attack, because she had two attacks. The first one, she got out of it. The second one, that was how it all ended. So she took her tabs, let's say at 7, and she went to bed at 10, and she got the second attack. So can you see that? Like, I don't understand. You can say, did you take your medicine? Have you taken your tabs? But she did, and she still got the attack. So I just know that most Sierra Leoneans don't know how to handle things like this. And mind you, she had type 2 diabetes. What about people that have type 1? What about people that are living with type 1, which is more deadly? And we don't have the information, we don't have the right ideas, we don't have the know-how, the knowledge as to how to handle things like this, which is why it's killing people. People just go to bed at night and not wake up. And at the end of the day, when you ask what the matter is, they'll just say high BP and what's the other thing called cardiac arrest and all of those terms and all of those things. So I feel like if you're in Sierra Leone, please, and if you feel like this is a cause that is worth taking, if you feel like this is something that you want to do, I'm just looking for a small community of people that we can just do our best to raise awareness and work with doctors that really know what they're talking about, work with doctors that really have the right ideas and not people that can contradict issues. So my mom was 63 when she passed. 63. That means if she was still here, then this would be her 67th year on earth. So, yep. You are telling me you don't have it anymore. So, what are the things that you do I hope this network. Okay. So, what are the things that you do to be free from it? Because actually, your doctors were not wrong. Diabetes can be managed safely by no or greatly reduced carbs. If blood sugar numbers are really high, you must severely cut. Yeah, that is what I am saying, Deborah. Thank you so much. So, the truth is, you are supposed to cut down on things, but you are supposed to cut down based on the results of your test. Now, my mom had her machines, and we do the test like we used to take the test every morning, and that's the same thing. So what I am saying is our doctors be like, cut out everything totally, don't take none of those. But then when you read along or when you do further research, you find out that you need to take a little of it depending on your results of the day. If your result says the sugar level is low, you need to take something to at least boost it up. Not artificial sugar, of course, natural sugar sources to boost it up. But then if your result says it's high, you cut down. But then they tell you don't take at all. And lots of people are dying from low blood sugar now because they just cut off everything from their food, all sugar from their food. And I think low sugar level is causing more harm. So that is just my experience with my mom, diabetes and stuff. Yeah, it's a sad one, but I think we need more info on things like that. And the other thing that I had wanted to say is what has been, if you're a mother here watching this live video, what has been your mechanisms? How are you striving to be a better mom? How are you taking care of your children to the point that they miss you as much as I miss mine? They miss you or they appreciate you as much as I do when it comes to my mom. What are you doing special that we can learn from? Yes, Deborah, home blood pressure kits are available here. My mom used to have one, the pressure and the diabetes one. Excuse me, she used to have them. They're here, and I think lots of people have them now. Well, people that can afford them, they have them, and I don't believe they are really that expensive. To be honest, I really don't believe they're that expensive because my mom was not rich, but she had it. I just think people don't know that they really need those things, and that is why most people are not buying them because you can actually just use money meant for a mobile phone to get one. So, yeah. Happy Mother's Day to every mother that is watching this live video. Let me not just be carried away by being sad. I was just feeling somehow that I decided to switch on this computer and come on live. But let me not forget to wish you guys a happy. I had wanted to say Happy International Women's Day, a Happy Mother's Day. Let me not forget to wish you guys all the awesome moms out there. You guys that are inspiring us on here, social media. You guys that are giving us baby fever. Happy Mother's Day. Let us know what you're doing special to raise your kids, what you're doing special to give your kids the best attention, not just financially, but morally, and yeah, all of that. What are you doing that is so special? Let us know. I'm also welcoming questions, you guys. If you have a burning question, drop it in the comment section. It could be about mother. I'm not a mother, but I know people will answer in the comment section. Well, I'm a mom, you guys. I have a very big I have a grown-up son, you guys. I'm a mom, right? I'm a mom. You see that dude that is my husband. I'm a mom. I take care of him, you guys. So I'm a good mom. Exactly, Deborah. The food industry, making money is their thing. So they really don't care about the health status of people. They don't care if it's good enough as long as they are making money. And I was watching some factory videos earlier today, and I was like, all of these things that they are doing, how are we sure that they are safe to eat? In fact, how are we even sure that these things are safe? Oh, exactly. Rita woman, that financial part, yeah, that is really, really key. And I'm glad that you mentioned it. To try to be financially stable because they'll just come and be like, Mommy, I need this. Mommy, I need that. And is also one thing that I miss with my mom. She'll have money. I'll have money, but then she'll be like, "Do you need this? Do you need that?" The little that she had was practically mine because she was so open when it comes to her finances. And the last thing I remembered was, and if you guys don't know, my mom passed away 2 weeks after my introduction ceremony. She passed 2 weeks after my introduction. You know how some people do it here in Sierra Leone when the guy will come with his family members and be like, I have seen um, someone in your house and I want to marry that person at a particular time set ahead and all of that. So they did that. My husband and his family members came to our house in December of 2016 and they did that. And the first week of January, my mom got the attack and died a week later. But then before her passing, when they came to our house, they gave her money in a envelope. What am I saying? You guys, I'm so sorry. They gave money in an envelope to her just to say hi. Like that is what you guys do as proposal. But then they just had some amount of money in an envelope and handed it down to her and stuff. And before she got the attack, that 1 week later, she was like, "Do you have money?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "That money that they gave me, I still have some. Check in my purse and you'll find it." I found the money and she was like, "Do you have credit in your phone?" I said, "No." Take some money, buy credit to call Calvin. I'm like, this money is meant for you, but you're still giving it to me. So I feel like moms just go the extra to please their kids, and that is also one thing that I am missing. Adulthood comes with its own package. You do everything for yourself and by yourself. Nobody really cares. But when you have a mom, she at least tries to give you that extra support that you really need. We must be careful about embracing Western ways of doing things. But like you said, about profits. Exactly. These factory things, yeah, factory. I'm like, they produce all of those things. The chicken. I was watching the chicken video. Yeah, that is why I don't like that thing. That is why I don't like eating imported chicken. Because if you watch videos, what can't we see on this YouTube? If you watch videos, because like millions of chickens are slaughtered each day, and they do that the next day. How are they raised so quickly? Chemicals. So what's up with you guys? What's up? We've passed 30 minutes, so I just thought I'll come on live for like 20 minutes and we'll pass 30 minutes. Maybe we'll just do an hour and go to a busy thing. I had just wanted to catch up with you guys and talk about this. Please, I have not seen people. comment on the issue. If you're in Sierra Leone, please let me know. I want us to set up something to talk about um, diabetes. Maybe I'll do a video. Please, if you know someone that knows a doctor that is well, that is really knowledgeable when it comes to diabetes, please link me up. I'll be so happy to bring that person on my channel. I don't have that large following, but no matter if 200 people watch that video, it will definitely teach someone something. So I'll love to do that. If you know a doctor, please create that. Thank you, Britain woman. Thank you. Thank you so much. Where did you get the name Freetown Woman? How did it came about? I'm curious. I have been curious since I started my channel because you've always been there. Yeah. Uh, Mother's Day celebration in Sierra Leone is really basic. I'd say we don't do all the. I don't want to say dramatic. We don't do all the like gifts sharing and all of those things. You hardly find people doing that here in Sierra Leone. It's pretty basic, like Happy Mother's Day, hi, Happy Mother's Day. That's it. Then we move on. But I feel it's a day that is worth celebrating. To be honest, I feel it's a day worth celebrating, and this is the time that I really feel like it's important. You know when you don't have something, that is that feeling you want to celebrate that thing. Even though I was one that was always found with my mom, I was this close to her and stuff. But then when you don't have something, when they say the value of the tree, that is when you feel like, if she was alive, I'll just buy her this, I'll just do this, I'll just do that. So I feel this day needs to be celebrated, to be honest. So if you're watching and your mom is still alive, you better start celebrating her because there'll come a time you'll want to do that, but she won't be there. So I think it's worth celebrating. I really think so. Wow. So you cooked for mom. That was so good. Thank you. You made her feel proud. You made her feel proud. Yeah, I just feel more kids should do that. Do the best for your mom. If you can afford a mansion, get her a mansion. If you can afford a car, get her one. Whatever it is that you can afford, just do because when you want to do it and she's not there, that is when it feels like hell for you. You are like, I mean, I was not working, so I think there was not much that could have been done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have the time to do more, but at least I tried to make her happy, put the smile on her face that she deserves, and all of that. So I think if she's still alive on your case, you need to just split the heavens to please her, do the most to please her, because one day, yeah, she won't be here. Therefore, it's killing me in this comment section. In the States, they turn every holiday into an opportunity to get our money. Even MLK Day. What's the MLK? You guys, I think holidays are really overrated when it comes to you guys. But then Oh, still you. I cooked for my mom. I guess that's what you're saying. That was so good. Thank you. Exactly. Exactly. Don't buy me flowers when I'm dead, but buy me flowers when I can smell them. So, so true. If she's alive, that is when you need to do the most. Because that is just when you need to do the most, not when she's no more. And also, those of you that have lost loved ones, how well do you cope with losing a loved one? Let us know in the comment section. I'm sure I'm not the only one that is dealing with the loss of a mom. Lots of us are dealing with that. It's like almost, I think, like one in every five person you meet out there is dealing with loss of a mom, loss of a dad, loss of someone that is there, and all that. So let us know, what is your grieving mechanism? What are your grieving mechanism? How do you deal with them? You guys don't mind this. I'm just drinking ordinary water. Ordinary water. I don't just want the situation where I'll be getting off Luther King. So what are your motherhood tips? What are your motherhood tips? Mothers in the house. I can see Freetown woman. This does not mean you necessarily have to be a biological mom. You can just be a mom to someone without being their biological mother. So what are your tips? What are your tips? Motherhood tips. Let us learn. You know this thing, we all have to enter into this motherhood one day, one day. So let us learn. Yeah. So, so sorry, Fire Jones. So, so sorry. It's so, so disheartening. What are your motherhood tips? How how are you raising your kids? What are you doing? What are the things that you're doing that you feel they are contributing to what your child is becoming? What are those things? Bye. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the live. I'm just saying you. Salisha Salma. Hi. Darling. Thank you so much for joining the live. Exactly. Exactly. Love your child unconditionally while practicing discipline. Like, this is just apt. Both should go together. You cannot just say, I'm being a loving mother, I'm being a loving father at the expense of good manners. Like, good manners are just up there when it comes to what I think. That is just what I think. Some people will be like, you don't have a child, so you don't know how to. But the truth is, I hate unruly kids. Hmm. I hate kids that are not. I mean, yeah, you can say he's little, he's young, so he cannot just think right. But certain things, I believe certain things, 2 year olds should not do certain things. 5 year olds should not do certain things. That is just what I think. Easing at someone, you're jeering at someone, you're stepping at someone without saying sorry at 5 years old. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is not good manners, and I don't believe you're too small to learn that. And funnily, that is what I see somehow. Some people just allow the love of their children to just, it's a whole lot. But I feel if you're a parent, then loving a child unconditionally while practicing discipline should go together. There's no way you can do one and leave the other one behind. Last, that became they go molesting a public. Last, you go molesting a public if you not take the. I feel the old ways are still necessary when it comes to raising kids. We should not depart from them. Spanking, I don't care if you are living in the US of A, you are living in England, you are living in wherever. I mean, reasonable spanking should not be avoided, to be honest. Reasonable spanking, not the one that will kill your child, but that one that will just, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can be a mom. That is what I'm saying. You can be a mom and not necessarily a biological one. You can raise your nieces, your nephews, and in fact, you can raise others' kids without you being their mom. So, what do you guys think about disciplining children? How harsh or mild should discipline be? Can I just whip the hell out of my child? Can I? Yeah, it takes a village. True. It definitely takes a village. But on a whole, I think mothers should really be given the gratitude, because no matter how you feel sometimes, I know there are mothers that feel they are not doing the right things. There are mothers that feel they are doing too much. There are mothers that feel they need to do as other mothers are doing. They need to do better and all that. But I feel like mothers are really doing well when it comes to raising kids. But we are not yet married, but we are looking for it. I am married, but I don't have a child yet. But like I said, you don't need to be a biological mom to be a mother. I'm a mother. I'm not a biological mother, but I am. So I feel like we are all free to talk about motherhood in different ways. You can talk about experiences of being a biological mom, but then you have other biological moms out there that are not raised. So I feel like the topic does not have boundaries. You understand? I am a mom to children. I'm not a biological mom just yet, but that does not mean I don't know the good things for children. That does not mean I cannot raise a child. That does not mean I'll see a child go to the negative path and not bring that child back, because like Deborah is saying, it takes a village, and being mothers is just, it's just something that everyone can do. I tell you, you can do it regardless of the fact that you are not the biological mom. So good evening, baby girl. I'm watching from Norway. I'm Liberian, Sierra Leonean. Welcome, Altricia. Altricia, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. Pardon me if I'm not doing justice. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, we're just talking about motherhood. I've shared experiences of my mom and I, how I lost my mom to diabetes, and how I feel like we should talk about diabetes more in Sierra Leone so that more people will have knowledge on how to treat diabetes and not die of diabetes and pressure, high blood pressure, because I feel like it's killing lots of Sierra Leoneans because we don't have the exact knowledge as to how to handle it. So, I feel like that is something we all need to talk about. Let people know diabetes. Let's let's talk to doctors that really have ideas so that they can educate the public, because people are just buying metformin and Dalnil, taking diabetes, taking tablets for diabetes, checking their sugar levels, and that is all they are doing. They don't really have the ideas as to how to curb it. So that is just what we are saying. And also, since it's Mother's Day, I just asked what people think about motherhood, raising children, be it your biological children or not, what you think about raising well trained kids. I fully agree. We often think our children are too young until it's too late. Exactly. That's the thing. And it's sad when you see children behave bad in public and people are like, the parents are like, oh, they'll just be smiling. They'll just be smiling. I'm like, is this a sickness that comes with being parents? Let me know, you guys. Is it a sickness? Because I might be coming from the point of view where I don't really understand how parents feel when things like that happen. But is it a sickness that is really preventing them from not understanding that the kids are behaving bad and stuff? Because they'll just be smiling. And I was talking to someone earlier this morning. I was talking to my husband, yeah, about um what was it? You guys, I forget like crazy. Anyways, if I remember as we go along, I'll bring it up. You sure did justice to my name. Oh, yeah, we used to have a lady worked at she was working at Capital Radio. Capital Radio was my fave back in the days, and she was Trisha Simone. So that is how I got that correctly. And I think she was from Liberia. I think she was from Liberia. And the thing we were talking about is, hi Fanny, hi, thank you so much for joining the live. Thank you. So I think we were talking about um how you tell a parent that your daughter, I just saw your daughter down the road flirting with a guy, and then the mom would be like, you're lying, that is not my child, my daughter cannot behave in such manner, nee, nee, nee. And I'm like, don't do that. Don't just go biting poison for your child, because the way kids behave when they're at home is very different from how they behave when they go out. We've all been there, okay? We've all been there. Like, you just behave like someone that hardly talks, that does not know things and stuff. But when you're out there, you're so mature, you're talking, you're. So I feel like saying she cannot do that, my child cannot do that, is not something that is always the safe thing to do. You should be careful to not hit when angry. If you need to step away for a moment, do so, but make sure you discipline. Exactly. Happy Mother's Day to you and all mothers in the house. Thank you, Fanny. I was just saying I'm a mom too. I have a grown man that I take care of. Am I not a mom? I am a mom, okay? I am a mom to him and to a lot of other children out there, because I don't believe you're only a mom because you are the biological mother. You can be a mom without being the biological mom. And yeah, it's important to discipline a child, but you need to be able to explain to the child the reason for discipline. Definitely, definitely, so that they don't go on doing the same thing. I am the mom, I'm the wife and the mom, period. Let's not even argue with that, okay? Let's not argue. I am the mom. Thank you. Thank you. That mom carried him for just 9 months. Don't let me explain how long I have been carrying him, okay? Don't let me explain. Thank you. So I can be a mom without doing the pushing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You just hit the nail on the head. Thank you so much. So yeah. So the whole mothers are doing such a good job. Like the ones that I really admire are the ones that are doing motherhood, wifehood, if there is anything like that. But I mean, they are taking care of people who do have 9 to 5, and I'm like, where do you get all this energy? Where are you getting all of this? Kids the right way? And I think we need to say kudos to all moms out there. Thank you so much for being great. Kudos to my mom. Thank you so much for being a great mother. Even though she's not here, but I believe that she did a whole lot to make me who I am, and I'm always grateful. Always, always, always grateful. We've talked about a few things. We've talked about a few things. We've talked about a few things, and I feel like this was worth it. Like I said, this is really unplanned, one of those random lives. I was just thinking today is Mother's Day. I need to just come on here and talk to you guys about motherhood, about my mom's experience with high blood pressure, diabetes, how I still feel about that, what I think the way forward is. And I think the way forward is to work with doctors to pass on information. Lots of people don't have um, they don't know what they are doing when it comes to diabetes and pressure. And I think that is they are how is it called now? The fact that they don't know is what's killing people more than the disease itself, to be honest. African moms, I guess that's what you're talking about. Let me show your comments because it's hitting Fire Jones. um I think that is what you're saying, the African eyes, right? You know, back then when I visit people with my mom, and if they ask me, do you want to eat, should I bring food, I'll first look at my mom, and if she's like, I don't know if you guys can really tell my expression from watching this live, but she'll just give you the straight face and you know you're not supposed to eat. But if she's like, you're just free, you can eat. But if you look at her, you understand what she's saying, and you decide to just not give heed, to just do your own thing, you're in trouble. You're just in trouble. And I think all of those things were just what made us who we are right now. Because just imagine if that was not the case. Some of us would just be going all around the place, like, you know. Your mom did a great job of rearing such an intelligent, caring woman as you. I know she's watching over you and feeling very proud. Thank you so much, Deborah. Thank you so, so much. So, what were the best expressions of your African mom growing up? What were the best expressions? I mean, the silent ones. The silent ones. I don't know how you guys will demonstrate that, but then you can just talk about it in text. Mine, the one that I just mentioned, to not eat. When she doesn't want you to eat, she'll just look at you like she doesn't need to even move the body, yeah? Just look at you in a very strict and straight manner, and you'll know that you're not supposed to eat. By if she's nodding, then you know you can eat. If she's looking, cannot just shake the head because of fear that the person can notice. Okay, she'll just look at you straight in the eye, and then you know I'm not supposed to eat. Then you just be like, "Thank you, ma. Thank you. I'm not hungry. I ate before we come." Mm. You just be like, "Thank you. I ate before coming here. I'm not hungry."